Hi, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Individual Experience. It is 3:26. My daughter's been sleeping all day because she's been up all night. So she just got up. I just woke up again. I tried to woke up before a couple times and woke up again. And she wakes up and she tells me that she's hungry. I said to her, "Okay, what do you want to eat?" She said, "Cereal." I said, "What cereal you want to eat?" She said, "Tricks." Immediately as she said Tricks, independent, instantaneously, the New York Predator Department used their sirens in a loud manner. Whoop! That's it. Okay? And then they started honking their horn. One of the things that they will do is when they hijack the consciousness of my children, even Pam at times, they will either simultaneously use the sirens when they say certain things, or when they're being controlled, meaning that when they start doing the hand signals, stuff like that, and it will be so extreme that they will be followed by the sound of sirens. So lately, what I've been noticing is that whenever I look at my kids, if I look at my son and my daughter, they will immediately use the police sirens. Okay. Now, again, I talk about how these people try to create certain types of narrative, right? Or they try to label you. And in labeling you, they have to condition you to that labeling in order for them to get away with what it is that they're trying to get away with. In order for them to justify what it is that they are doing and what they have done, which is commit a crime against you as a human being, violation of your rights, your human rights, civil rights, constitutional rights, you know, your liberties, right? Your civil rights, human rights, constitutional rights. Okay, your sovereignty, your sovereign mind, right? Because of the non-consensual human experimentation, the illegal microchipping for the purpose of remote neural monitoring, for non-consensual human experimentation with technology, and using psychology and psychiatry in order to get away with it by labeling the victims mentally ill and using that mentally ill label and taking off that mentally ill label when it suits the dark triads in position of power. Right? So if TIs are becoming more and more knowledgeable in what is being done to them, right? If they start doing research on the technological aspect of it and the psychological aspect of it, they're going to target you. One of the things that they'll try to do to you is try to use psychological manipulation and psychological threats in order to make you not want to see what's going on to you as a reality, but to have you accept the mental illness that they put upon you, like I said, so that you won't seek revenge, you won't seek, repercussion, right? You won't seek vengeance for what they have done to you. This is how they keep you pacified and trying to get away with what they're trying to get away with. All right. Now, does that mean that every TI who understand the reality of what's happening to them will seek out and want revenge? Yes. Does that mean that every TI is going to act on that? No. Does that mean that they can condition you in such a way that to manipulate your emotions to where you want to seek revenge and lash out? Absolutely. Don't let them try to manipulate you into thinking that they cannot manipulate people into committing some of the worst crime possible. We've seen it happen over and over again. Okay, there's a reason why I always say the U.S. government hide their non-consensual human experimentation program. There's a reason why in the 1980s, when famed psychiatrist Dr. Margaret Singer, all right, not Margaret Sanger, Dr. Margaret Singer, who was the world-renowned expert on destructive cults, right? She's the one that came up with the criteria of thought reform. So there's a reason why the U.S. government, when she was testifying with another doctor, they removed her in the middle of the testimony, middle of the hearings, I should say, and brought in two of the psychiatrists from the American Association of America, in which again we know that they're in the hands of the CIA and the U.S. government, because we see this with 9/11. After 9/11, they changed the definition of torture so that the U.S. government can torture, can kidnap, what they call rendition of person of interest and prisoners, kidnappees, to engage in torture. Right? So they literally changed the definition of torture to allow the U.S. government to engage in torture. All right, and what do we see? We see these people not being held responsible or accountable for the crimes that they've committed. So we see this over and over again. So as a TI, again, understand history, understand psychological conditioning, understanding technology, particularly the technology that has to deal with controlling the human mind. All right, so you get a very good picture of what it is that they intend to do with these technology, and you being a non-consensual human experimentation victim, or you may be a victim of illegal microchipping, right? Because they've moved past the experimental stage and now understand and know that the technology in its maturity, what it can do, how it can affect people, how it can control people, and then how they can use, again, psychiatric labeling as a tool to silence, to take away your rights. And like I said, if you overcome the negative psychological conditioning, to take that label off of you and then use coercive threats using the police department, right? The Predator Department across America, and using people within your community to falsify, to make false claim about you and against you, so they can remove you, right? Because you are the victims of their crime. Remember this, as TIs, we are the victims of their crime. And they will do whatever it takes to remove the victims, the people who know what they've done, the people who continue to suffer from what they're doing, from coming forward and speaking out. All right? Always remember that. So keep your head up. Again, get the information that you need to get to understand what's being done to you, so you can reverse the conditioning and protect yourself going forward, and bring awareness to others of what has been going on. All right? Talk to you guys in the next video.